My name is Brent Land. This is Miss Jackson's speech 1315, informative speech. Saving a life has just gotten easier with American Heart Association's new guideline for witness adult cardiac arrest. Now, if an adult is witness going into cardiac arrest, their chances of survival depend on somebody initiating CPR. Now, unfortunately, according to American Heart Association, only 25% of these people actually get the quality CPR that they need in order to survive. Now, it's not because of the reason people do not want to help. That's not the case. It's actually could be multiple reasons. They are afraid of their techniques, they don't know CPR, they don't want to hurt the person, or simply for the fact that they don't want to put their lips on another person's lips that they do not know. Today we're going to talk about American Heart Association's new guidelines for Hands Only CPR. Hands Only CPR was introduced to the world in April 2008. Now, with Hands Only CPR, there's going to be 2 easy steps to save a witness, adult, unconscious person. The first initial step is going to be to dial 911. Once you dial 911, you're going to find the center of the victim's chest. When you find the center of the victim's chest, push hard and fast, uninterrupted, until help arrives. Now, for an example, if you're in a restaurant and you see a guy get up, he clenches his chest, and all of a sudden they collapse. They go unresponsive. What you're going to do is, if you're by yourself, you're going to grab a phone, you're going to dial 911 initially. If you are not by yourself and you have somebody with you, you're going to tell that person to dial 911, come back to you, make sure 911 knows where you're at. Step 2, you're going to find the center of that person's chest. Take one hand, the palm of one hand, place it on the center of their chest, lift your fingers up, take the second hand, interlock your fingers, place your body weight directly over the patient. What our goal here is to go 2 inches down. 2 inches down to get a full compression of the heart, to get the blood and the oxygen to the brain. Now, in order to do this, you don't want to bend your elbows, you don't want to slouch down. Keep your legs straight, your elbows straight, weight directly over the person. You're going to compress at a rate of 100 compressions per minute, hard and fast. You're going to do this uninterrupted until help arrives. So stay at this beat. A good easy rate, remember 100 beats per minute, 100 compressions a minute, would be the Bee Gees song, Staying Alive. Keep that in your head the whole time you're compressing. Now, there's a couple reasons why you would you yourself would temporarily stop CPR, Hands Only CPR. Mainly, and hopefully, EMS has arrived. EMS arrived and they are taking over the patient to bring them to the hospital. Second step is if a trained person comes in and is willing to help and or take over compressions for you. Third reason is if somebody comes with an automatic external defibrillator, an AED. It's fully automated, will tell you what to do, and the steps, all you have to do is put the pads on, color-coded, voice-activated. Anyone in the adult world, in CPR, in the adult world is considered 9 years of age or older. With this, the reason why it's not under the age of 9 is because their lungs aren't fully expanded, their heart's not fully developed yet. So, in an adult, their lungs are bigger. If it's a witness cardiac arrest, what is going to happen is their lungs are big enough to hold at least 4 minutes worth of oxygen. So when you compress on the chest, every time you compress on that chest, you're pushing on that heart. You push on the heart, you release the blood throughout the body to make the vital organs. The heart, the lung, and the brain is an important one. So the blood and oxygen go throughout the vital organs. And what you're also doing is when you're compressing, you're also slightly compressing those lungs. That remaining oxygen still in those lungs is going to distribute throughout those vital organs. And this is why it is important when it's initiated, or when it's witness CPR, that witness collapsed, that we can do Hands Only CPR. Now, there's a couple reasons why you wouldn't do Hands Only CPR on an adult. A couple of those reasons would be there's a near drowning. Now, CO2 poisoning. They just came out from a house fire. A unwitnessed collapse. I mean, they could be in the room for 4 minutes. They could have been there for 30 minutes. Another reason would be a possible drug overdose. These are all reasons where they can't sustain the oxygen in their lungs, so conventional CPR at this point in time would be necessary to perform. Compressional CPR being 30 compressions to 2 breaths. In order to learn conventional CPR, find a local CPR instructor and ask for him to teach you a class. With hands-only CPR, it saves many lives and it has been proven to save many lives. Adult witnessed cardiac arrest. Two steps in order to save a life. Dial 911. Once you dial 911, find the center of the chest, push hard and fast. Go uninterrupted until help arrives. My name is Brent Land. This is Miss Jackson's speech 1315, informative speech.